And welcome back, everybody. Another CBC podcast. And look, I'm not going to lie to you. We got a great show ahead. Stacked show, top to bottom, great topics, all sorts of things to talk about. But last week, there wasn't a whole lot, which is why you didn't really get a podcast. But at least this week, we got some topics. We're going to talk about a little the Age of Ultron returning, a black suit for Superman in the upcoming reboot, The Thing, Gambit surviving, and for members, we'll be talking about the production of Spider-Man 4 and the new revised Avengers Doomsday budget, which the moment I saw these numbers, I was like, oh my God, this thing is going to cost like $1 billion to make. So we're going to talk about all that and more. But of course, before we get there, as always, I am your host, Ermin. Follow me on all the link tree things, and that's pretty much it. That's what's happening. Occasionally, you might see something pop up on the community tab if it gets pushed through. I don't know. Click those from either me or Mitch.
Yeah, well, since the community tab doesn't like me or like anyone, I suppose.
Yeah.
The Mitch692 channel, you can find that in the link tree for me. Yeah. Pro Enigma Fridays and other stuff occasionally.
And other stuff. Yeah.
I do make other things as well. It does happen. I just got to finish Wukong and then I can actually make another video.
Oh, nice. And also, we are joined, as always, by Tristan.
Hey, guys. I'm like really behind on some videos and whatnot, but more are coming. And read Alien versus Avengers is actually pretty good.
Make me. To quote The Simpsons.
Make me. I've been so out of the comic loop, man. It is, yeah.
I keep trying to get back into it, and I just
like for Alien versus Avengers, it's good up until the final part because it's like you try all these difficult things, and it's the simple solution was right in front of them the whole entire time.
Always the way. Always the way. Is
See,
it the black goo?
Well, it has something to do with it's Spider-Man related.
That yeah. Good
okay. Do they bring in Prometheus at all? Because if so, I'm done. I'm not doing it.
They technically, Val tries to go that route to kill the Xenomorphs, but it doesn't work. So,
is there the giant living Deacon Island or mountain? Sorry,
no, not as they set this up. It's basically another I think a machine humanoid race brought them to this corner of the universe.
Ridley, God damn it!
So it's literally just Prometheus again.
God damn it, Ridley!
Literally just Prometheus.
And they started experimenting with the Kree and stuff, and then they sent them to Earth.
I figured I'm gonna check this out once it's done, the entire miniseries, so I could blow through it in like.
But the only weird thing is that it's like you see at the beginning, but it's set like 30 years after the Xenomorphs take over Earth.
Okay. That seems
people are like, where's this character? And I'm like, well, they're really old or they're dead.
Yeah, that's cool. So I guess Tristan will do a video on that, so pay attention, and if the tab posts
I'm actually in the process of doing that with editing, so
see, there we go. So with that out of the way, it was last week a little bit of a light week, but this week we do have 4 topics, which means we're just going to get straight into them and our first topic at hand. So let's get into the clip being released by Ryan Reynolds, who he confirms, Gambit survived, but also that clip is canon because it's actually in the back of the monitors in the TVA, as he also points it out. So Gambit survived the ending of Deadpool and Wolverine, and that's
really unfortunate.
Boo! Everybody, boo this man! Boo this man! Nah, Channing Tatum was perfect. Outside the fact that he's too stocky, so he looked much wider than he's supposed to be tall.
Outside the fact that this Gambit clearly wasn't serious and should not ever be carried on forward. Yeah, it was great.
Okay, I chalk that up to the line. He says that he doesn't even know how long he's been here, so he's just kind of like lost his mind. That's what I'm going with. because he was a little over the top.
I think the unintelligible accent as well. The clear, we're gonna overdo this thing.
I do gotta ask you: have you ever met a legit Cajun person?
No, I haven't, and I'm well aware. Well, though I am well aware, despite that the accent is insanely thick.
Yeah, so
it does come across as we are taking the piss slightly.
Right. So I do live in the United States, just like Tristan, and I live way up north. But a lot of people from the South and Louisiana move up here, and some of them still have some of their accents. And I've heard a couple of them talk, and I was just like, you might as well be talking Bosnian to me because, oh my God, we are on different levels. Because essentially they were like this, just not as hamming it up, you know? So I personally, I like Channing Tatum as Gambit. I think he's gonna. This is like a scene to set him up for his return in Secret Wars, right? Like,
I mean, that's fine. If it's Secret Wars, that's fine. I refuse to live in a world where Tatum is the main Gambit. I would not allow that to happen.
But you don't understand. He's Gambit, and then we're gonna get Alexandra Daddario to be Rogue.
Oh.
And then they're both going to be 45-year-olds playing these characters that should be teenagers. You don't understand this, Mitch. Okay?
I mean, I wouldn't be mad if they did that, and it's just like a little thing for Secret Wars, but...
Same, yeah.
Like, the whole thing going forward, like, nah.
Yeah.
Nah,
I think, that's where I'm kind of at. Like, I want to see him back for Secret Wars, maybe Doomsday. I don't need him back full-time permanently. That's not what it's about. You know, you want to give that role to somebody that's younger and up and coming that can do this for another 15, 20 years, you know? So it's...
And someone who doesn't look ridiculous in the suit. I know Gambit's suit's ridiculous anyway, but...
it's just because he's so stocky. Like, he's so... Again, it's that short person, the moment they try to put on muscle syndrome, they get wide, right? And tall people get like lean.
Wide, though.
Yeah, so it's like he looks super wide and stocky, and you're like, this is a little weird, but
he's both tall and wide. It's a strange. Yeah. Man's is just a square. There's no rectangle. There's no triangle. He's just a square.
It's true. Which again, I want to see what they can do with his return.
Not a lot. It'd be the same thing as Deadpool, which was just he talks funny.
I mean, you can already see, like, you can envision him interacting with some of the proper MCU characters and how they're gonna do the Marvel humor. It's
he'll be like the portal scene, right? He'll walk through it, he'll say the line, and he will never be seen again.
Yeah,
that is literally going to be all he does. And then
he has to repeat, "I'm about to make a name for myself."
Exactly. Yeah.
100%.
Instead of on your left, it would be woo. It's like, oh, okay, he's Gambit.
Oh no, Russo brothers, take notes.
Pass notes of not what to do. I beg.
If this was Sony, they'd be like, genius, $3 billion at the box office.
Yeah, they'd make an entire movie about it.
Entire movie about how he goes, woo. I could see it, though. I could see it.
Thank God they don't own the X-Men.
Yeah. I mean, they could have owned all of it, crazy enough, but they passed on it, so we dodged that bullet. Really dodged that one. So, Tristan, any closing thoughts on Gambit surviving Deadpool and Wolverine and what you want to see from him, if anything?
Not really. Like, it was cool that, he got to play Gambit after I want to say 10 years.
Yeah.
That he wanted to play the character as I'm happy he got to, but that's not what I would potentially want to get out of Gambit, even though Cajuns have that thick accent. So if you're not around that sphere of the United States, you might as well just speaking gibberish to other people because they won't know what you're talking about.
Have you met any European? Any mainland European? They all speak gibberish,
but he talked really, really slow, so people could apparently understand him.
That's true,
so.
Also, I'd want a Gambit that actually acts like Gambit. Like Tatum's Gambit doesn't act like Gambit in the slightest.
No, not at all. No.
It's just like, cool. He has the cards and the stick, and he speaks funny.
And what's
Gambit's slightly more than that.
Like, yeah, and I've entered the phase where I've seen it online, and I'm like, we're not doing this. Where people are now just like, Channing was bad. They should bring back Taylor Kitsch. I'm like, no.
I mean, I'm down for Kitsch. I'm down for it.
He wasn't bad for that version, but
he acted like Gambit at least.
He hasn't acted since like John Carter bombed. So
I mean,
what does he?
I know someone else has done. He's got to be alive. But you say that like, what's his name in the Blue People movie? That Cameron's resorted himself to making for the rest of his life. He only does those one movies.
That's true, bro. Taylor Kitsch looks like Kraven the Hunter. What?
Oh.
Like legit, it's like a stand-in for Aaron Taylor Johnson. Maybe he's a stunt double. I don't know.
And it's a shame we can't get anyone else now because Sony decides to use him.
So, Gambit survived. We're gonna know more inevitably soon enough. So, I guess that's it for that. So, stay tuned.
I hope Robert Downey Jr. kills Gambit.
How about this? Do you think Robert Downey Jr. will get to kill the Thing? Huh?
No, he'll make him to a chair or a wall.
Hopefully
a wall. Let's not reference Fortnite again, Marvel. Let's not.
He's gonna chisel him.
Hopefully, yeah. Why
not? So what we're talking about is, of course, the first set photo of the Thing on the set of Fantastic Four: First Steps, and
it's so good.
This is the best version of the Thing we've gotten since Roger Corman. So make of that what you will, but it's true.
It's crazy how people are getting excited that the Thing's practical, and if you actually look at it, the Thing's only been CGI once.
Yeah.
4 attempts, and he's been CGI once.
And to be fair, I don't think the attempt that they did with the full CGI was terrible. It wasn't like the worst thing I've ever seen.
Oh, it was horrendous.
It wasn't time to do it at that level. 2015 was still like we're trying to figure out how to make non-humanoid characters, like work, and the CG just wasn't there where it is today. And also,
it doesn't help the designs way off. Like it just looks
right. Yeah. That's the thing. Like they try to make him look as the movie portray. Yeah, cool and militaristic, and it's like, oh, you missed the point of this one. Like. It reminded me of what if Michael Bay was trying to do.
Yeah, pretty much, yeah.
And then
how can we over-design this VW Beetle to really look horrendous?
Right, exactly. So, I'm honestly loving this design. I think it's a great look. For those that don't know, he's wearing like the same blue and white suit that Joseph Quinn wore in like the one video they revealed that was public, except it's the Thing. He's got the big arms, the feet, the head, like his mask.
So he looks like the Thing. Just literally Google the Thing. You obviously not the Thing because you'll get the movie, but like Marvel, Ben Grimm, and you will get. It's just that.
Right.
It's so good. It's perfect.
It is so good that I think that they got something here that honestly should take care of any people's worries in regards to designs, because if this is the design you're going for the Fantastic Four and the Thing, I have no doubt that when we get inevitably Doctor Doom, perfect comic accurate, they're not going to mess around with anything, it's just going to be here you go.
it's going to look how everything needs to look.
Yeah.
No worries on that front in the slightest. The question is, do they ever have Ben in just like the trunks?
They could probably go with the last animated series they had with the Fantastic Four. They made, I think it was
that's the one with the white suits, right? The white and orange.
Yeah, where I think in subsequent seasons they made him have like a tank top thing going on.
Yeah. I did the Future Foundation did that as well, didn't there? Something like that. Yeah. I mean, like that's a route they could go, but I don't know, because obviously he's in the full like that spacesuit looking turtleneck sweater thing, because they don't want the whole practical hands, like the rocks.
Right.
It's easier and cheaper just to have the hands and the head and the feet.
Yeah, because they don't want to have to CG that out every single scene, you know, because my God. And it's, yeah, looking at this, there's a sense of, and maybe it's just me, but I feel like I get the sense of this is like a phase 1 film, aka they're trying to do as much practically as possible, like the sets, the statues, the little streets we've seen built. Like, not since phase 1 have they built sets and costumes like this. Remember, because after Avengers, they were like, what if we just CG the Iron Man suit every time? And I was like, oh, okay. Like, here, there's a sense of practicality that's on this that I really appreciate.
No, it does look nice. It looks good. But obviously, they're going to have to CGI a little bit. No. I don't know if you just said that or not, because my headset died.
Yeah.
Without making a noise, I was like, why is everything quiet? But yeah, the face is going to have some CG element, because I don't think it's actually a movable mask. It doesn't look like it anyway. But
right.
That's fine. As long as it's not too smoothed out, it'll be fine. It looks great at the minute.
I agree. Like, and I'm hoping whatever they do with the CG, it's just slight enhancements and putting, like, give it that. Here's augmenting the sets instead of, hey, we have a Spider-Man suit on set every time, but what if we just cover it in CG of the same suit? You're like, it's like, yeah. My one criticism with Marvel, that's it.
Yeah.
Like,
there's obviously suits you have to do it, like Iron Man. Right? You kind of have to. Ultron, you kind of have to.
No, poofy jacket, which we'll talk about in a little bit. But I agree. The Thing, I like it. So,
all the set pictures are really nice.
Exactly. Yep, that's exactly where I'm at.
It's nice that they're actually making sets for this retro 60s futuristic.
Right. So like, makes me think that this is in good hands. It's Shackman. He knows what he's doing. Like, everything's looking good.
Who's doing the music again? I can't remember. I want to say G2.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah. I just want like a heavy Jetsons vibe.
Mm-hmm. The little,
if you get that, you get it. You nailed it. It's perfect.
Yeah, the little music they revealed that just has like a snippet of that. So I'm like, yeah, the full score is definitely going to be feeling that. It's going to be good. Yep. So
I'm excited for this one.
Same.
No, I feel like they're going to put the shambles aside for a minute just to get this one thing really perfect.
Maybe, just maybe.
Like, Blade thinks it's going to have a budget after Fantastic Four. Blade's wrong.
Blade's wrong, 100%.
RDJ took all the budget for that movie.
All the budget. Well, speaking of budgets and how to spend them, there was a couple of set photos a couple months ago when they were shooting Superman that showed what seemed to be, it was definitely drone shots taken illegally of the set. Either way, though, they showed what looked like Superman in a much darker, almost black suit, like the containment suit he has in the comics and the cartoons and whatever. And then people were just like, I don't know, the camera angle's off and everything, whatever, maybe it's not. But then, this week, David Cornsweet, the actor playing Superman, posted a picture of himself, and he's got official Superman merchandise on, and the shirt is black with the silver and black logo. Now, this automatically runs it back to those set photos, people going, hold up, is there a connection here? And again, if you're making merchandise based on the Thing, right? Like, maybe there's something
I can't
there.
remember these set photos.
They were in, like, I want to say late June, early July. They were very weird aerial shots. Like, might have to search like Superman black suit set photo or something, and it might show up for you if you want to see it. It was just there. It was like 2 photos, maybe 3, and that's where the conversation started. And now we're.
Are we sure it's not just a Tyler Hoechlin one?
Yeah, right. But look, you got to move merchandise. James Gunn knows.
Yeah.
Because working in the Marvel Studios lot, They always try to do at least 2 outfits per character because, again, movie merchandise. And the black suit sells. That thing sells.
It does, much. Yeah. Though I refuse to outright believe that Gunn's gonna jump to that point straight away.
Same.
I bet you it's going to be like the Jor-El suit or something.
Yeah.
And it's like, hey, this is where this is from.
I left you this suit. What do you think? He's like, boy, that's a little gloomy and dark. How about I make it red and add some trunks on it that are red? Mom,
get a scene of him spray painting everything. No.
Yeah. Or go back to TASM, where we just see him screen printing and raising the web himself.
Yeah, classic. Yeah. Classic.
I actually really like that scene. Like the one time we get to see him physically just sew it together. I'm like, that's cool.
I mean, didn't you get to see that in the Raimi movies?
I can't remember.
No, I can't either.
It's been years since I've seen those films, so
I kind of want Martha to make the suit or any altercations to the suit. It's wholesome and funny when someone always tries to insult to saying that your mom make it, and he actually says it really proud. Yeah, she did.
Well, yes, she did.
That's one of the best moments of Superman and Lois when he's like wearing the Fleischner suit, and the guy's like, "Oh, that's a cool suit." He goes, "Thanks, my mom made it," and just flies off with a smile on his face. I was like, "Bro, yes!" Like, you got to have that heart, right? Like,
yeah.
It's, man, I don't know. Like, this film, it's got me hyped. I'm feeling about this film the same way I felt about Batman coming out, or The Batman. You know, it's like new universe. Talented, creative people doing things the opposite way of the last guy that nobody seemed to like, and even his fan base now has faded into obscurity. So it's like
they always were obscure. Right?
Oh yeah, they were just vocal, you know.
Yeah. No, when you got those 2 kids always screeching at you, like it's
90 million people watched it. Actually, we did the metrics. 730 made it past the 20-minute mark, but okay.
Well, what a time! Nothing's been right since those movies. I tell you,
it's a Harambe effect.
It really is.
Those films also.
Man is still on a Harambe with the 2 points in time that we should have reverted, but we did not.
Oh man, it's So I don't know. Any closing thoughts on Superman for a while? I don't think we're going to hear much more about this film till early next year, honestly, because it seems like they've gone quiet, and like, I just hope that they. My hope. I mean,
it'd be interesting to see if people treat this movie being shelved for a year the same way as Marvel shelving some TV shows for a year.
True, because this is post-production for a year. Yeah, it's wild. It is wild.
So, I'm excited. If the black suit's actually in it, there better be a damn good reason. Because let's not do the death thing again. Straight off the bat, can you please not do that?
Watch it be a twist where it's actually Maxwell Lord. That's like, hey, I think you need a redesign. Try this suit on. He's like, bro, this is terrible.
Yeah, because they're all black, aren't they?
Yeah, they got like white, black, and whatever their primary color is. So I mean,
I can see that. Yeah.
Like Maxwell is trying to pull him to his side because he's clearly a rival of Lex Luthor's, trying to control dominance of whatever their weapons and arms and stuff. So it's.
I mean, it's just the plot of The Boys, right? Like, which company can.
True.
Oh, that's just really hit me. That all superheroes doing the same thing at the minute, isn't they?
Yep.
Wow.
Yep. Wow. Dude, it's cyclical. Like we moved from multiverse to now the same plot and all these. Yeah, it's just how it goes.
And it like started with everyone's like, "Hey, The Boys did this. Superheroes run by a company. Let's do it ourselves."
That's how it goes.
Justice League. Wow, that's crazy.
Well, speaking of crazy, let's get on to our final topic of discussion here, which is the Age of Ultron is once again upon us as James Spader is returning in Vision, and he's going to have a big role, and it's not just voiceover like Age of Ultron. So, okay.
Cool. So that confirms that he's just going to be James Spader.
Spader for 7 episodes, Ultron for the final.
100%, yeah.
Yep.
I'd be fine if each episode he just gets a little bit extra robotic.
Oh, they start like breaking out his face with metal or something, and it's like
he'll show up like the first episode he's just Spader, the next one he's got the hand, and it's like a leg, and it's like really subtle like changes.
He shows up in shorts to like take on summer vacation with the family. Then he's like, "Oh, I gotta wear pants." They're like, "Why are you wearing pants?" He's like, "Don't worry about it, because I got robo legs now."
Blinding everyone with my chrome legs.
You know what? I say he has to hide it, but then it's like, this is the MCU. There's people with metal arms walking around. It's just okay.
Exactly,
so,
right?
Never
like,
mind.
Just,
never
like,
mind.
Yeah.
Every day he could be like, yeah, at the office, they augmented me with a death ray on my arm. I don't know.
And like he just has the jaw. That's all I want from this. You do whatever you want with Spader. It will be great. Right?
Yeah.
It's totally fine. I'm on board for it. Go wacky, go crazy with it, right? If it's apparently a trilogy with WandaVision and Agatha, like go wacky and psychological with Spader as Ultron. Just give me the damn face. It's all I ask. It's all I just. I know there was the little nod to it in Age of Ultron. Just don't make it a helmet. I just want the face.
What they're going to do is they're going to bring back his Age of Ultron design, but it's going to get evolved so they can resell the old allocation that they still got and reissue the hot toy and also make a new one. Like you can see.
I say
their
just take the vibranium part of Ultron from Age of Ultron, melt the middle part.
Yes.
That's why it's all glowing inside, because it's all melty Ultron in the middle of it. Like that, and bam, you have Ultron right there. Also, give him the cape. The face and the cape. I ask for 2 things. I'm a simple man.
The fact
face
that
and the
Vision,
cape, I'll be happy.
Vision's got a cape. He's got to do a cape as well. I want to see, like, I'm essentially expecting the finale is going to be like the ending of WandaVision with the 2 Visions fighting each other, him and Ultron, duking it out. And
I say, do we still have 2 Visions, or did one? No, one went away, didn't they?
Yeah, well, we got the white Vision.
Yeah, the fake
Vision.
one. He went away.
Yeah, because he had the first of here's the face, CGI face disappearing, sad goodbye shots in the MCU.
Yeah.
Well, that's my idea. I suppose you could still do it. Because how are we thinking Ultron comes back?
I mean, okay. So the easiest way I could think of this is Arnim Zola. Zola in World War II downloaded himself into an old PC and sat there till Cap found him in the Winter Soldier. There is no way Ultron, who hacked the mainframe of the world, did not find a server to back himself into. There is no way. Like, no. Just no.
So do we just go with there's that one Ultron bot that everyone thinks got away?
I think you do that, and then what you say is that Ultron bot came to a place disconnected from everything and is essentially locked in like an iron box where nobody could, like no signal could get in, and somebody's going to discover him. Maybe it's the agency that was in WandaVision that was, brought Vision in, or White.
They get curious about what's in the box, and he comes out.
Yep, that's it. Open Ultron's box. It's like Pandora's box, but deadlier.
Well, if we have him in like Wakanda, and that's why no one could find him. He's just like chilling in a vibranium mine.
Because I want to see him scroll through the internet again, like 10 years later, and say, yeah, these guys need to go now.
They killed that damn monkey.
Could you just imagine him being like, hold on, Elon Musk from Iron Man 2 owns Twitter and he's a racist? Okay, time to bomb Earth with another piece of land.
Apart from, he'll leave Brazil alone because Brazil are banning Twitter, so that they get a pass.
He's going to go and be like, okay, I need to lift Sokovia and bomb Earth again. They're like, Ultron, there's other ways to end humanity. Come on.
He's like, oh, no, you're right. I already lifted Sokovia out of the ground.
Latveria this time.
Portugal, we'll get rid of those people. No one
Not Portugal. What did Portugal ever do to you?
I mean, they're Spanish, let's be honest.
They know what they did. Oh, man.
The Inquisition, come on.
That's it. Age of Inquisition. Ultron. Just
nice.
That's it. I want that. I'm convinced.
That'd be a great title for an Ultron arc in the comics, but
I just want him to travel back through time, and that's what they do. Like,
as opposed to going forward in time, like the last one.
Yeah. Boy, that Age of Ultron comic sure was garbage.
It's okay.
There's elements of it that are like, yeah, and then other ones are like, no.
Yeah. It's just not an Ultron story in the slightest. It
just
goes right off the fucking rails.
Yeah, it does. It does.
I know. I just want Pimtron, man. Like, give me Pimtron.
I mean, maybe
if we have got a Titans of Multiverse, just make Spader a Pym variant. Done. Do something like that.
I mean, I think they could. Like, why not? It's Multiverse Saga, so they got the ability to do it. I think. Now, the only other thing I want to talk about in this topic, and it's kind of like an extension of it, we're apparently getting some form of early West Coast Avengers in this. So,
are we or we are?
Yes.
Okay, cool.
So,
I mean,
it makes sense, right? Like,
right? Yeah.
This series is coming out after Wonder Man. Wonder Man has direct connections in the comics to, like, Vision. So bring him in because he's on the West Coast. You bring in Rhodes, who's also on the West Coast. Maybe Armor Wars is out by then. Who knows? Probably not. Like, there you go. They can.
You got one of the Hawkeyes that you can bring.
Exactly.
Clint back. No.
Like, and I think you would kind of need that. Imagine Vision being like, "Hey guys, remember Ultron?" They're like, "Oh, that's so 15 years ago." He's like,
"Yeah,
actually, how do I break this to you?" But he's been living with me for like 6 weeks.
Oh, that would be so good. The whole thing's just a sitcom of the pair of them trying to live together. Oh, that'd be fantastic.
I'm assuming there's going to be an element of that, honestly.
Oh, please. I need it now.
James Spader doing comedic. I love it.
And considering he's the dad as well. Oh, that'd be fantastic. There's clearly going to be a Lizard King reference in there somewhere. No, let's go back to 2014 when everyone was really excited for that to happen in Age of Ultron.
Yeah. I heard that at the end of this, he flies off into space and meets the Guardians.
I wouldn't hate it.
That hashtag
I wouldn't hate it. Are you trying to make me really excited and happy for this?
Yes. False expectations, bro. That's where it started.
That's what I want. It's what I need.
Do it.
Give me Conquest right now. I beg you.
So, I guess there we go, everybody. So let us know how you feel about the return of Ultron. That has brought us to the end of this show. Now, look, I know it's a little shorter, but we got 4 topics in. There was only 4 topics to the top. Like, literally, there was nothing else. I searched the net far, wide, and deep. Trust me, I went deep, and there wasn't a whole lot. So
with 4 topics, nah.
Yeah.
She's lying to you, man.
True. Need at least 7 topics. Angela White, 9, and girthy topics. So I don't know.
No, 7 topics is a decent size.
I'm calling this 9 girthy topics. That's it. That's the title of the podcast. Old school boys.
Oh god. You wait, it'll pop up and like.
Oh man.
Do numbers.
So there we are, everybody. So hopefully you guys enjoyed the show. Remember, go follow us on the social medias. Follow what we're doing on the other YouTubes, where we're all dropping all sorts of different content and stuff. I guess that's the best way to put it.
Stuff's a good word.
Stuff is a good word, exactly. So until next time, have a good weekend. Yes, because this will come out it comes out on Sunday. So I guess have a good rest of the week, everybody. Enjoy.